Good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may be seated if you can find a place to sit. It's great to see a full house here tonight. It's indeed an honor and privilege to be with folks who are a very important part of this campaign, and that's the folks who back this effort. I want to thank all our fundraising chairmen from throughout the country who are working tirelessly in this effort. This race, like any campaign, it's a hard job to do. It takes a lot of hours, a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and I truly appreciate all that you do for this effort. We've got probably one of the most important elections in our nation's history coming up here in just a few short months, and a very important time. Before I begin with my remarks this evening, however, I want to speak on the uprisings that are going on throughout our country at colleges and universities. Let me first say this, that our Constitution grants us the right to protest. For freedom of speech, freedom of expression. We have that right given by the Constitution. What it doesn't, however, grant us to do is the right to destroy property. And I think the events that have taken place throughout our country here in the last few nights um, are that. I understand that this issue has a lot of different sides to it, and I understand some of some of the folks are angry. I get it. I understand that, but there's a proper way to go about protesting and getting your voice heard, and it's not destroying property. And you think about it now. Just UCLA happened last night, early this morning. You think about that. Some of these students were on the verge of graduation, and now they're sitting in jail. Now they're sitting in jail, and now they enter life, providing they do graduate, with a criminal record. That's not the way to go about this. You know, uh, Reverend Al this morning on television was talking about the protests of the '60s, and there were a lot of them, as you remember. The great Reverend was talking about this morning about how he got arrested and protested. He went on a hunger strike. Reverend Al didn't go out and destroy property. He did it the right way. He got his message across in a peaceful way. I'll never forget growing up and having gone to our nation's capital so many times. There was this peaceful protester right across the street from the White House. He was protesting nuclear war. And back in the '80s, that was a big thing. He was protesting that. And all he was doing was beating a drum. He was out there with a drum, just beating a drum. All he was doing. Not yelling, not screaming, not burning things down. There's a way to go about doing this. There's a way to get your voice heard. Destroying property is not the way to do it. As we gather here tonight, I come before you not just as a candidate, but as a steadfast advocate for a shared vision for a brighter future. These past 3 years have tested our nation's resolve like never before. From the unprecedented challenges of a global pandemic to the deepening divides that threaten our unity, and we're seeing that just this week, we have faced trials that have pushed us to our limits. Yet, in the face of adversity, we have shown resilience and strength, proving time and time again that the American spirit cannot be broken. Amidst these challenges, I hold dear the values instilled in me by my home state of Texas. Growing up in the vibrant city of Dallas, I learned firsthand the importance of hard work, resilience, and community, whether it was helping out in my family's small business or witnessing neighbors coming together to support one another in times of need. I saw the unwavering support of determination and solidarity that defines Texans. It's with these Texas values that I pledge to lead our nation forward ensuring that every American has the opportunity to thrive and succeed, from rebuilding our economy to confronting pressing issues like healthcare and education. I'm committed to fighting for justice and equality for all, guided by the principles of integrity, compassion, and relentless dedication to serving the people. Reflecting on the economic landscape of 4 years ago, it's undeniable that we've made remarkable progress since when I took office. Our economy was reeling from the aftermath of a global pandemic, and the road to recovery seemed daunting. High unemployment rates plagued our workforce, leaving millions without jobs and struggling to make ends meet. Wages remained stagnant, failing to keep pace with the high cost of living. Families faced tough choices as they stretched their budgets to cover essential expenses, while the specter of economic uncertainty loomed large. Yet, despite these challenges, we've embarked on a journey of renewal and revitalization. Through resilience, determination, and the collective efforts of the American people, we made significant strides in rebuilding our economy. Today, I stand before you proud to report that our nation's economic landscape looks vastly different from what it did 4 years ago. Unemployment rates have plummeted to historic lows, marking a testament to the resilience of our workforce and the strength of our economy. More Americans are finding gainful employment and pursuing their dreams with renewed vigor and optimism. Wages have begun to rise, providing much needed relief to hardworking families and empowering individuals to build brighter futures for themselves and their loved ones. Furthermore, our stock market has experienced unprecedented growth, reflecting a renewed sense of confidence and stability in our nation's economic prospects. Investors are bullish on America, recognizing the potential for growth and prosperity that lies ahead. However, amidst these signs of progress, we cannot ignore the very real challenges that persist. The rising cost of living has become a source of concern for many Americans as they grapple with the increased expenses of housing, healthcare, education, and more. The pain of high prices is felt in every corner of our nation, from urban centers to rural communities, and it's incumbent upon us to address these pressing issues head on. To tackle the root causes of high prices, we're pursuing a multifaceted approach that encompasses both short term relief and long term solutions. We're investing in infrastructure to modernize our transportation networks, enhance our energy grids, and bolster our supply chains by strengthening our infrastructure. We're not only creating jobs and stimulating economic growth, but also laying the foundation for a more efficient and resilient economy. Additionally, we're taking steps to promote competition and innovation in key industries, fostering an environment where businesses can thrive and consumers can benefit from lower prices and greater choice through targeted initiatives and regulatory reforms. We're leveling the playing field and empowering consumers to make informed decisions about their purchases. Furthermore, we're expanding access to affordable health care and essential services, ensuring that no Americans are left behind due to financial hardship from expanding Medicaid coverage to lowering prescription drug costs. We're committed to making health care more accessible and affordable for all. But our work is far from done. As we navigate the complex challenges of the 21st century economy, we must remain vigilant and proactive in our efforts to build a brighter, more inclusive future for all Americans. By working together across party lines and divides, we can overcome any obstacle and realize the full potential of our nation's economy. In addition to revitalizing our economy, my administration has set forth ambitious goals addressing the pressing issues facing our nation. We are committed to ensuring that access to a quality education for every child, regardless of zip code, socioeconomic status. This means investing in our schools, supporting our teachers, and expanding access to early childhood education, and affordable higher education options. Education is the key to unlocking opportunity and unleashing the full potential of every American, and we will spare no effort ensuring that every child has the chance to succeed. Furthermore, we are taking bold action to address the urgent threat of climate change and transition to a clean energy future. This means investing in renewable energy sources, reducing our reliance on fossil fuels, and transitioning to electric vehicles. By leading the charge on climate action, we can create millions of good paying jobs, protect our planet for future generations, and ensure that America remains a global leader in the fight against climate change. Additionally, my administration is committed to advancing racial justice, inequality in our society. We are working to dismantle systemic racism, address disparities in healthcare, education, and criminal justice, and ensure that every American has the opportunity to live up to their full potential by confronting racism and injustice head on. We can build a more equitable society where every person is treated with dignity and respect. And when I talk about education, I want you to think about this. Many of us in this room, many of you in this room, you have children you drop off every day at that school at 7:15 in the morning and pick them up at 3:30, whatever your dismissal time is. It is your hope that when you drop off your most prized possession you have, it is your hope that you're handing it off to an educator. And when you pick that child back up at Carline, that child is more educated than they were when they left your arms that morning at school. There is no more important program in our country right now than education. That's why I'm pushing so hard for teacher raises. That's why I'm pushing so hard for infrastructure, for the right curriculums, for the right technology to teach the next generation. Because the boys and girls who are in our classrooms today are the astronauts, the leaders, the scientists of the future. In closing, let me say this. The road ahead may be challenging, but I have every confidence in the resilience and ingenuity of the American people. Together, we've overcome adversity time and time again, and together we will build a future that is brighter and more prosperous than ever before. Thank you. May God bless you. May God bless our troops, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you all very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.